Do this. Welcome everybody tonight to LYN Live. That stands for Live Younger Now, and that's what we're doing. And tonight we have Sally and Adam talking about eye patches and specifically the new ones. You know, we have 14 bioenergetic high frequency eye patches. And oh my gosh, people love these. And I'm going to ask everybody that's on, excuse me, I'm going to cough a second. Sorry about that. I'm going to ask everybody that's on, put in the chat what your favorite patch is.
Yeah, we love to hear what everybody loves.
Yeah, come on, put those in there now. Let's see. So, Sally and Adam, I am so glad you're here tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Well, yeah, we always love having you here. And one of the things that we want to do, one of the major reasons is we've got 3 new patches and we want to know more about them. And then we'll run through all of them. But specifically, these 3 new patches are these ones, let me ask you a question. Are these ones that people requested? Have you been getting requests from people for these?
Some of them were requests, and some of them the founders have requested. So we work very closely with them to come up with what the new patches are going to be that will benefit everybody.
Well, we got a lot of patches and I love it. All right. Well, so the tell us what these 3 new ones are. You want to
Well,
go?
do you want me to just briefly go over them? You're saying
Well,
just the names of them for now?
no, let's do all 3. Let's go over
Okay.
all 3 of them to start with. Let's go with detox and cleanse first.
Okay. Well, the detox and cleanse is just a really good all around patch to help you detox and to cleanse. It helps on a cellular level, so it will help to clean out your cells from toxins, and then it also helps on a organ level, so it's going to help your organs from detoxing. So it's just a really nice all around patch. There's also some frequencies in there to help with lymphatic drainage because a lot of times when we start to detox, we get lymphatic system clogged up. If you ever gotten really itchy or you just don't feel good, sometimes people get the Herxheimer's reaction from it. And if they have some lymphatic drainage, it doesn't tend to do that. So we have some frequencies in there that are going to help with that. We also have some antioxidative protection frequencies that are going to help with free radicals. So that's something that's really nice. It also helps with to detox chemicals, heavy metals, pesticides. We all come in contact with so many of those things on a daily level, and we don't even realize it. So it's just really nice to be able to help our bodies that are already overworked from toxins. And it helps with intercellular detoxification. It helps also with sensitive individuals to help them to help eliminate reactions to different things. So if someone has some specific allergies to different things, it's not like the allergy patch, but somebody that might be sensitive, it can help to overcome the sensitivities. It also has some mild cleanser frequencies in there for to help with a high toxic load. And then some of the herbs that we put in there, the frequency too, are the Berberis vulgaris, heparidin, and beta carotene. So there's just a lot of different frequencies in there. We also have some Tibetan formulas that are really good to help detox. We have the frequencies to those. So it's just a really broad spectrum detox that really it hits everything in the body because it gets your cells and it gets your organs and it just really helps you with the toxic overload to eliminate it from your cells in your body.
Well, that was the first one from the convention that I put on. I was, well, let's do that one. I used to do a lot of cleansing and detoxing, but then when I started using iHercules, I felt I didn't need to do much because it does it at just such a gentle basis on a daily basis. But um, this just takes it to another level, especially when people are first getting started and they're so toxic that
Mhm.
this could be a really good way to just speed up the whole process.
Yeah, and the fact that it's just really gentle. And once again, by placing the patch on, you're bathing the body in those frequencies. So as you take the iHercules, if you forget to take it, or you take it and it's almost time to take it again, the levels will wane a little bit. This will help your body to detox while you're still getting all of the benefits from the iHercules. So they really go together very well. And also, like all the rest of the patches, it does have the iHercules frequencies in it. So it's just that level up on the detox and cleanse that nothing else has.
Well,
I
and there's one hidden benefit to the detox and cleanse patch. If you've ever experienced what I call merry-go-round dieting, to where you get on a diet, you lose 10, 15 pounds, you get off the diet, a couple months later, you gain the 10, 15 pounds back, and you just keep going around and around in
none
circles.
of us have done that. No.
One of the reasons why you experience that is your body traps toxins with fat cells. So as you go on a diet, you burn those fat cells and they release the toxins. If you don't do anything to help your body flush those toxins out of your system, sooner or later your body is just going to repeat the process. It's just going to get more fat and surround the toxins with it again, and then you get back on the merry-go-round, and there's that
Protect your
15
body.
pounds again.
Yeah, to
Yep.
Yeah.
protect your body. Yeah,
Yep.
interesting. Um, Kim is asking, when detoxing, will your liver be protected from all the toxins?
Yeah, because it's gentle and your body is only going to pick and choose all of the frequencies that it wants. And obviously your body is, created and it's smart. It's not going to utilize so many frequencies that it's going to do anything harmful to your liver. They're only just really good, soft, gentle, subharmonic frequencies that will only benefit you.
Well, and one of the other things is that this has all the iHercules frequencies in it.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
all of the top molecules from 44 of the most powerful plants, all those frequencies are in there, plus frequencies that ground the EMFs and 5G. So, I mean, one patch does so much. Oh my gosh, I love this. And um, somebody has said, "Who are these people?" I mean, really introduce you. I'm sorry. I am so sorry because I just assume everybody knows you by now, but we've got brand new people coming in here. And this is Sally and Adam, and they are the specialists in energetic in what do you call it? In bioenergetics, they're the ones that are
There you go.
actually embedding the frequencies in these amazing new technology patches that we've been using for, I look at the patches as being like, you need all of them. It's like a first aid kit because you never know what's going to happen. And when we started with these, we had 8, and then we had 11, and now we have 14. And so what we're doing right now is going over, starting with the newest ones, and then we'll kind of go back through all of them. But and we're still getting people coming on, and I'm asking that you put in the chat what's your favorite patch, and I'm going to ask Adam, can you read the questions that are coming in because there's a lot of them coming in
I
fast,
can.
And
and
maybe
Um,
help
we
me
can turn
help
it
me
up.
be on top of
um,
There you
those.
go.
let's see.
So if there's anything,
Well, the somebody asked if there's patches that clean the blood like iHercules. Because every single one of the patches has a foundation of the iHercules frequencies, then yes, all of the patches should help clean the blood, just like iHercules does, because it is a
It's an
it
energetic
yeah,
signature.
it's an energetic match to the iHercules formula.
somebody's saying, can you
It's
explain some of the things in the patches? And like Kim, these are all frequencies, so there's no things there's just frequencies. But do you want to answer that? I mean, I did
If you
a job
if you
that I
want to go
can.
back, it's when you speak of frequencies, it's like homeopathic tinctures. That's kind of the patches are kind of a new it's an improvement over homeopathic. So it has its basis in the homeopathic theories that the when you take an element and you dilute it over and over and over to create a tincture, once you're done, the only thing left of that element is its frequency. Its vibration is what they used to call it. It's just the frequency. So that's all that's left. And your body responds to the frequency of something in the same manner it would the actual element.
Oh, and she said, no, I meant like crystals and flowers, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. The actual makeup of the patch, and I guess since we have a lot of new people, we should do that anyway. The patches they are two layers. The bottom layer is a Band-Aid type material. It is specifically manufactured to adhere to human skin. So it's
Hypoallergenic.
and latex free. There we go. That was the word. The top layer is a holographic disc, and on top of the holographic disc, you'll see just a little bit of you'll see the NuXtrax logo on it. So that we cover the holographic disc with that. But inside that holographic disc is a substrate metal that holds the frequency. When you use the patches, you want to put them on your left side above the waist. We suggest shoulder, uh, upper arm, or your chest, and you ladies can put it on your chest on underneath your bra, so nobody, so you can keep it there. And we also suggest that you guys put it someplace where people can notice it, so it can be a walk. You can be your own walking billboard for your business.
Yeah, we've seen people put them on their forehead and,
That
their,
was funny.
yeah, on their hands so that, as you're walking around, people will say, hey, what's that? And you have an opportunity to explain it to them. Um, they can really be worn any place as long as it's on the left side. We suggest the upper left side because then your pants and your shirts and stuff aren't going to rub them off. And why we do it on the left side is because that's your receiving side. So you're going to receive 100% of the frequency by putting it on the left side. If you want to really hit something, like if you want to really detox a lot, or, one of the other patches, you're going to want to really hit it a little harder for something more acute, you can wear two patches. When you do that, there's a couple ways you can do it. You put one on the left side, and that's always the first place you put it. You can put a second one on the right side, or you can put it right on the area. So if you have pain, you can put a second one right on the pain. And you also can wear multiple patches. We say, 3, 4, 5, but there really isn't a number. I mean, I knew somebody that wore 13 at one time. So it's personal choice and what you feel, because your body's only going to utilize everything that it wants to. And so it's just really nice because they're just really gentle to your body. They're just subharmonic frequencies. So there's no side effects, there's no interactions, because it just bathes your body in all the really good frequencies. And then your body picks and chooses at any given time what it wants.
And like so I said, no, you can use more than one. So the number of frequencies isn't going to be a concern, and they will not cancel each other out.
Okay. So the way I explain frequency to people is, if you have things that are tangible, they have a molecule in them. So the way that I explain it is, if you think of a tree, you can go out and you can touch a tree. It has a molecule. You can see it. You can feel it. It's there. What the frequency is like is the wind. You can see the wind as it rustles through the leaves. You can see the wind as it, blows your hair, but you can't feel the wind. You can't walk out and feel it like you can a tree. And so the patch is just like the wind, that it has the frequencies in it that go into your energy field or your aura. So, all of us have had the thing where, somebody's gotten a little too close to us and you're like, oh, you're right in my space. They've gotten into your energy, and they might have had negative energy or something, and you didn't really like that. So that's what the patches do, is just go into your energy field, and then they bathe your body with all of the frequencies that are imprinted into the patches, and then your body utilizes at any given point which it wants, which is why they're so nice, because this minute you might want a set of frequencies and 5 minutes later a different set, and your body can pick exactly what it wants at the time it needs it.
I have another explanation that I won't go through if you don't need it. If you'd like to hear another way to express the
Yeah.
same thing, let us know and we'll go into that. Someone asked, um, what should a person do if the patches don't stay on? Why would that happen? Well, first you want to make sure that you apply the patch to clean, dry skin. If you have oily skin, and I have oily skin, but for some reason I never have a problem with the patches falling off. I make sure my skin's clean. I put mine on my arm, and I put mine on my arm just because I don't want to feel them. I don't want to know they're there. A lot of times I'll just pat my arm to remind me that yeah, I've got my patches on. So you clean dry skin. If for some reason they
Free of
fall
oils and
free of oils,
lotions.
okay, thank you.
And
You want to
you
make
can put a
sure
little bit
you
of
can reapply.
alcohol, but you can put a little bit of alcohol before you put it on too to
Yes,
really make sure that there's no oils there. But somebody
you
else was
can.
asking, what about super sensitive skin? And what I've been telling people is cut it off rather than peel it off. Like if you cut it off, then you don't have to stick it on your skin. This is
No.
it just needs to be in your energy field. So if you were to just cut this off, if you're a woman, you can just stick it in your bra and it'll
Yeah.
stay there. That's the
We
easy.
have people who use, business cards or little pieces of paper that they'll put them on. I've actually had people that will peel it off and stick it on the inside of their bra so the sticky side touches their bra cup. So it's not a transdermal patch. A transdermal patch, you have to put it on your skin, and then the substance in the patch goes into your skin. Because these are frequency, they just have to be in your energy field. So they don't need to even be on your skin. They can be in your pocket. As long as it's on your upper left side, your body will utilize them.
Somebody wants to know if
There's two
you need a
patches
binder to get the
that
toxins.
everybody should do that way. One is the energy patch and one is the sleep patch, because most people don't want to put the energy patch stuck on all night because you might not be able to sleep. You might have too much energy. Not everybody. I can sleep with it, but a lot of people can't. And the sleep
I
patch,
can't.
stick that on, but you just cut it off and stick it inside the pillowcase. And that one, the interesting thing about that one is it'll last for 6 days rather than 3, because unless you're bedridden, and then I
Yeah.
guess 3 would be it.
And I do what you do. I cut the sleep patches off of the out of the sleeve. So I leave the backing on and I just throw it in my pillow.
Yeah, if you put the
And
sticky part in there, then it's hard to get that part washed off.
It's hard to
yeah,
get it off, and sometimes it makes a mark on your pillow.
yeah. So I just throw it in my pillowcase and call it good. You can even write a date on it or something if you want to keep track of it.
I need to
I
do
usually
that.
just throw it in, and a few nights later I'll throw another one in and go
Yeah.
wash my sheets, dump them all out, try again.
Did you see the question about binding, get toxins out?
No, I don't see it. Where is it?
It's right there.
So you don't need a binder to get the toxins out when detoxifying if you use the detox patch.
No, because your system will utilize the frequency, and that's also why we put some frequencies in there for lymphatic drainage, because that's going to help to rid the toxins. There's a lot of different ways your body detoxifies. Can through your breath, it can through your skin, through your elimination organ. So there's a lot of different pathways that it leaves. And one of the ways that it gets to the different places is your lymphatic system. So that's why we put frequencies in there to help your system to get the toxins where they need to go so they go out.
All right. So we went over the first new patch. The second one that I'd like to have you talk about is Thyroid Plus.
That's a really fun one. That one we did have a lot of requests for it because a lot of people have issues with their thyroid. And this one helps your kidneys, it helps your adrenals, and it helps your thyroid because they work synergistically together, your urinary tract, and it all just really works together. So in this patch we put frequencies that are going to help with adrenal exhaustion, low energy, physical stress. And then there's frequencies that's also going to support your adrenals to help them to be able to recover. It will help with fatigue when it has to do with your thyroid, with your flight or fight comes that taxes your adrenals and your thyroid. There's also some extra frequencies in there that is going to help to detox specifically your thyroid. And there's frequencies in there to help with bladder support and your adrenal support. So there's just a lot of things that can help hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism. So just any area that you need support that has to do with your kidneys, your adrenals, or your thyroid. It's just really nice because what these patches do is they just bathe your body in the frequencies. So it's going to help to naturally stimulate your thyroid and your adrenals and your kidneys to work and function properly at their optimum level.
So what if somebody doesn't have a thyroid?
It still will help because there's so many other things that the patches will help. Obviously, it's not going to stimulate a thyroid, and you're not going to grow a new one from the patch, but it can still, help with your endocrine system, with the thyroid and your adrenals and different things. You still can benefit from it.
And will it work for both overactive or underactive thyroids?
Yes, because what it does is it bathes the body in all of the good thyroid frequencies. So if you kind of think like a computer, and we've all used a computer, we have no idea why it just all of a sudden doesn't work. And we, reset it or shut it down and it starts working again. And what these patches will do is the frequencies go into your body and your body utilizes them. And it kind of, if you can say it in kind of a strange way, it talks to your thyroid, kind of, will knock on the door and say, hey, these are all the really good frequencies to help you work properly. Let me remind you how. And then over time, it will naturally stimulate it to do what it knows how to do already.
And how long would you use them to get results for something like hypothyroidism?
We suggest a minimum of 3 to 4 months. And then you're going to want to for a month for every year that you've had the condition. And these are minimums. It doesn't mean that you're going to need to wear the patch for the rest of your life. But if someone's had, a thyroid issue and you might have been diagnosed 5 years ago, but you might have had it 15 years before that. So you might have to wear them a couple of years, but it doesn't mean that you aren't going to feel a benefit from it. A lot of people feel a benefit within the first couple of weeks, but you just, in order to really naturally train your body, sometimes it just takes longer. And it's really just an individual thing. And it depends on, how how long the person has had it, and just, so many factors, how many toxins and different things, that it's just really individualized. But the rule of thumb is 3 to 4 months minimum, and then a month for every year that you've had the
Issue.
effects. Yeah, the issue.
What would be an example of a benefit felt?
You might not feel so fatigued, might have a little more energy, might feel just a little more balanced.
Well, and if somebody,
People that have their thyroid that is imbalanced, they usually feel it and have certain symptoms. Sometimes with adrenal exhaustion, you can't sleep at night no matter how tired you are, and you can't get up in the morning because it takes a while for your adrenals to shut down at night, and then they finally shut down, and then in the morning, because you haven't gotten enough sleep, you're exhausted. And so that's another sign of it. You might sleep better and find that you fall asleep better and are able to wake up in the morning and not feel so exhausted.
gotcha. Well, I'm glad we've got that one. I know so many people have asked me about that. And what about digestive harmony?
The Digestive Harmony is just a really nice all around patch for people that have digestive issues, which there's a lot of people that have digestive issues. And this one, we put frequencies in there that are going to help with indigestion, with bloating, flatulence. It will help with constipation, help with diarrhea. It will help also for you to assimilate your nutrients. So if your body doesn't absorb your nutrients really well, this patch is going to help. Can also help with heartburn, having an acid stomach. And then we also put some frequencies in there of the different enzymes. So it's going to have the amylase, the lipase, and has some ginger root, some slippery elm root frequencies in it, So it's just kind of a really all around digestive patch to really help naturally stimulate your digestive system and your stomach to be able to work properly.
What about leaky gut?
There is um leaky gut sometimes can be a parasite issue. So I would definitely think that the digestion patch would help. But once again, it's going to depend on exactly where the root of the problem is. The pain and inflammation, the digestive and the cleanse, the detox and cleanse would be really good ones to kind of hit the leaky gut with and see what happens, because it can be inflammation, it can be toxins. There's a lot of different reasons that you can have it, but there are frequencies in there that are going to help your digestion to work properly. And leaky gut is a symptom of your digestion not working properly.
And then before, somebody was asking for a different explanation of how the patches work, and this fits real well with leaky gut. If you have a leaky gut and you take a supplement or a prescription drug, a lot of times your body is going to break that down and just flush it out. So your body is not going to absorb the nutrients or the medicine that's in whatever you're swallowing, because the gut is compromised. So what the patches do is, well, if you have a working gut, when you do swallow, say, a Tylenol, in your gut, your body breaks that down, and the chemical reaction of breaking that down throws off an electron, a frequency. So that frequency goes up to your head, to your brain, and tells your brain to do something. Your brain obeys and does it. So all the patches do is we skip the gut, right? You don't have to have a good gut to use the patches.
Because there's no digestion in the
So
patches.
we've gone around the digestion. We've introduced that frequency that's going to be the effect of the medicine anyway. We've introduced that frequency in a way that your body will recognize it and use it, even though it doesn't go through the gut.
Yeah. And to get
Awesome.
back to the leaky gut question too, we do have some more frequencies in the digestive patch. We do have some wormwood, which does help with parasitic problems. We also have clove bud. And then there's also some frequencies that are going to encourage proper microbiome production and balance in your stomach. And microbiome is, very necessary to have a healthy gut. And when you have a healthy gut, you have a healthy immune system. So it's just a really nice all around patch to help with digestive issues.
All right. So those are the 3 new patches. Don't you all want those? I do. And I've got them. I've got them right here. Because Josh went to the convention. They are available now as of yesterday. So you can order them in your back office. We're getting a lot of questions in here about what about hernias? What about seizures? What about this and that? Let's go through the rest of the patches and then open it up to questions. Okay. So, what's your favorite patch, Sally?
Well, I have 2 of them. My favorite one that I like to recommend to people at first is the pain and inflammation. But one of my favorite patches is the Vitality for Women,
Okay,
because it just
so tell us
really
about
helps.
those 2.
Okay. Well, first, let me tell you that all of the patches contain the frequencies of iHercules. And that's so we were able to take the iHercules substance and actually pull the frequencies from it. And we put that in all the patches. And then we also put some frequencies in there that are going to help to ground you, so that these are going to work more easily in your system because you're going to be grounded. So there's the macro, I'm saying it wrong, macro carpo tree frequencies in there that helps with negative energy. We have some Mother Earth minerals, some things to help with geopathic stress, grounding. So that's going to be in all the patches, including the 3 new ones that we have all of those in. So that's just something to really help the patches to be able to work with the iHercules. And sorry, I got to find, I can't remember all of this stuff on the top of my head, so I got to find my notes. If you don't mind a second. I'll get to the pain and inflammation.
The pain and inflammation patch is I think that's pretty much everybody's favorite, or a lot of people's favorite that have put their favorites in here. The one thing
If I'm sorry, go ahead. Didn't mean to
the
interrupt.
one thing that I've noticed is sometimes if somebody has chronic pain, at the beginning, you need more than one patch. You can put
Yeah.
one on, and if you don't feel a relief in the pain within the first 15, 20 minutes or so, you might want to put the second one on and put the second one where the pain is. And we've had maybe 2 people that it actually took 3 of the pain and inflammation patches at the very beginning to hit it. And that's because you can get in a pain cycle, and you've got to break that pain cycle to let the pain go down, and the body can go, oh yeah, I was just living in that and didn't realize there was another level. And so it kind of retrains the body. And then after that, 2 patches will work, and then 1 patch will work, and then you're good to go. So, Sally,
I got my notes here.
Okay.
Yeah. So the pain patch is actually one of the first ones that I always recommend that people use because of all of the frequencies that it has in it. Most people have inflammation, and they're finding out that inflammation is more of a killer than like heart disease because so many people have inflammation. And so the pain patch not only helps with pain, but it helps with inflammation. So that's one that I recommend that everybody start with. And then there's also frequencies in the pain and inflammation patch that are going to help with the biofilms on the cells. And those are just little coverings on the cells that stop your toxins from coming out and your nutrients from getting in. And so that you need to stop moving. Sorry. You're like in and out.
If you come closer to the screen, you won't keep disappearing on us.
Oh, but nobody wants to see me that well.
Yes, we do.
So anyways, it helps to detoxify the biofilms, and then it will help your nutrients to get in, your toxins to get out. It will help with structural pain. It can help with pain from broken bones, surgeries. There's just so many different pain issues that it can help with. It also can help with movement, so you can have more free movement after you put the patches on. There's also frequencies in there that are going to help with nerve inflammation, because a lot of times you have pain and it goes along with nerve inflammation. So we've added frequencies that are going to help that. There's also the TENS frequencies, which I don't know if anybody's familiar with like the TENS unit that you can get, and it will help with pain. So that we put the frequencies of that in the pain and inflammation patch. There's also frequencies of patchouli, arnica, and then we did a yellow light frequency, because if you've ever studied light therapy, you can actually get a yellow light that will help with broken bones. It will help with nerve pain and inflammation. And so we put the frequencies of the yellow light in it. And if you ever study that and go to do it, if you buy a yellow light, they're kind of hard to find, but you have to get one with an element in it. It's not a bug light that you buy at Lowe's. They're very expensive lights, but the yellow light therapy really does work. So that's why we put them in the pain and inflammation patch. I personally have wore the pain and inflammation patch with a broken bone and not had to take any medicine for it, because the patch was enough.
Awesome.
And that was before the iHercules, and now with that, it's even better.
So all of you out there, aren't you impressed? I mean, isn't this amazing how much and how many different types of therapies contain these frequencies that are in these patches? This is why they work so well. I mean, they've got all of these extra things that are in there, as well as iHercules and frequencies that ground EMFs. And I mean, there's no patch on the market that has all of this in it. Certainly none that has iHercules in it, which is the basis of this to start with. I'm so impressed with everything you thought of.
Well, thank you. And I
Somebody,
just see a quick question here about the mercury from amalgams. If you wear the Detox and Cleanse patch, it will help with heavy metals, pesticides, and herbicides and stuff. But your amalgams that you have are made of metal, so that's too much of an overload. They still need to be removed, but I would definitely wear the Detox and Cleanse patch up until that point and all through it and then beyond so that you can really get rid of the heavy metals while you're getting rid of the amalgams. But the amalgams, they just have too much in them that you're not going to be able to just, you can't get the mercury out of the amalgams without having them removed.
and will this stimulate stem cells?
It does because of the iHercules and some of the other frequencies in there that it will help to stimulate the stem cells. Because these are homeopathic, there's not testing on them because that costs millions and millions of dollars. So we can't say conclusively that, oh, yes, it does that, because you can't state that because that would be a medical diagnosis. But I do know that there's frequencies in there to help stimulate that.
And frequencies do everything.
Yeah.
Yep, they're everywhere.
They are everything. Everything is frequency. And the higher the frequency, the more conscious we are, the healthier we are, the more energy we have. I mean, frequency is really, Nikola Tesla says, you want to understand anything in the universe, study frequency, energy, and vibration. And that's what we've got here.
Yeah.
All right. So
we were going to do the vibe for women.
Yeah, let's do that one.
Okay. That one, like I said, is one of my favorite. It doesn't matter if you are 16 or you're 80, this patch will help you because when you put it on, your body knows where you're at. So it's not going to treat you like you're 16 if you're 80, and it's not going to, vice versa. So that's why it's just really nice. It helps with menopause, with hot flashes, with PMS. It also can really help those that are on hormone replacement therapy, because I know a lot of people who take that and still have issues, because what happens when you get hormone replacement therapy is they give you a blood test, and at a specific time, that's what you need. And then you'll get, something from a compound pharmacy, but maybe in a week or 2 weeks, you don't need that same compound that they gave you. So that's why the patches are nice, because at any time your body picks and chooses exactly what it wants. So it will also help to support the production of balanced female hormones. So if you're going through menopause or you're a 16-year-old and you've got a lot of PMS symptoms, it's really going to help your body, because it's going to help to naturally stimulate your hormones to function properly. We also have frequencies in there of hops extract, chamomile, valerian, passion flower, ashwagandha. So there's just some really good herbs that we have taken the frequencies to really help to balance out the hormones in your system. And I've known people that have had hysterectomies that couldn't get their hormones balanced, that would wear a female hormone, the Vibe for Women patch for the female hormones, and they would just get relief. I had somebody that had no serotonin and was, they were getting shots and their serotonin would just dip to nothing, and nothing helped, alleviate. They had sweats and hot flashes and just, clammy and all the different symptoms. And they put a patch on, and, in hour or two, they noticed that they felt much better. So it's just really a nice all around patch for women that anyone can wear.
Would you recommend somebody that was pregnant to wear a female vibe patch?
I can't say that because that would be more of a medical diagnosis, but I can tell you if I was pregnant, I would have no hesitancy wearing it, because it's only good frequencies. So there's no side effects or interactions. It's not going to cause your body to make any frequencies that it naturally wouldn't make anyways.
Gotcha. One of the things that you said the last time I interviewed you, that one of your favorite patches was energetic chatter. And that one, and that was one of the most requested. And that was like, whoa, that just certainly hit me from left field. I was very surprised about that. You want to talk about that one? Because I was so impressed that that was the first patch I put on after your interview was electronic chatter. And I loved it. It was, I mean, we are so bombarded from our cell phones and our computers and everything, especially if you're, I mean, I live, in a single family house, but man, if you're in a high rise or, you work in a big building, you've got more and more and more and more and more. I mean, it's like from everywhere. I put that on and I just felt like quiet. It just
Yeah.
made everything quiet inside. It was like, holy moly. You want to talk about that one?
Yeah, it's kind of like going in the grass bare feet or walking on the beach in the sand.
In a tree.
It's just really grounding. That's why you feel so peaceful, because it kind of connects you to the earth a little bit more. And we just have so many things that we don't even think about, the printers and TVs and microwaves. Even when you're not using them, they let off different frequencies, fluorescent lights. So there's just, like you said, we're just bombarded by so much. And what this patch does, it also has the iHercules in it and the other frequencies, but it also will help to balance your yin and yang, which is, it vitalizes your chi, which is energetic, ancient Chinese medicine stuff that a lot of people might not be familiar with, but it really just helps to balance out your body and become more attuned with nature.
Well, you
It
had said it
also,
opens the meridians,
yeah, it
the
will help
energy
balance your
meridians.
chakras, which are your energy points in your system, and it will open up your meridians. And if you really want to, I mean, I just love working with meridians. I've done that for years too. There's so many meridians that you have that go to different organs. You have them in your teeth, you have them in your hands, you have them in your feet. So you can actually go look at charts and sometime you might have a toothache on one tooth and it's not the tooth, it might be the organ associated with it. Or, you might have an issue with an organ and it's not really the organ, it might be, something in your foot or in your tooth. So, our bodies are just so wonderfully made that there's just so many different ways. So it's really good to have your meridians open, because when they're open, then your body is functioning more properly, because those are your energetic pathways. So it's kind of like your circulatory system and your lymphatic system, but it's just an energy pathway. So it's not anything that, anybody could do a test or take, do surgery and never find on you, because it's just energetic in your body. And then we also put some frequencies in there of diamond and onyx and amazonite, which helps with blocking negative frequencies, and it's just very grounding energy in it. We once again put hops bush, which helps with excessive scattered energy in it. Hops bush helps to reestablish a natural healthy flow of your energy field, which is really nice. Helps bring you into balance with the natural rhythms of the earth, which is part of the reason that you feel so good and just calm when you put it on. Also helps to block EMF and EMR. So if you kind of, if you put it on and you feel like you're kind of in a little bubble, you're blocking all of that stuff. So it's not constantly coming at your body, because the more that comes against your body, the weaker it can weaken your immune systems. And so that's just not good. Also helps with microwaves, helps to balance your polarity. And your polarity is the electromagnetic spin of your cells. And when those are off, if you've ever had a day where you're just clumsy and you feel off and you're like, man, I got up on the wrong side of the bed, or I just, having a bad day. A lot of times it's because your polarity is off and your cells are spinning incorrectly. And so this will help them to, reverse and get back to where they should be, so that they're spinning properly. And it also harmonizes the wood and earth in the systems and helps in relief of geopathic stress. So this is just a really all around good everyday, grounding patch, really good for kids to wear. I mean, infants can wear our patches up to, senior citizens, and especially kids that go to school all day long and have to sit under all those lights and so many different people. And now they all use tablets and everything. This is just a really great one to put on them and send them to school and help them out to at least be protective of what you can.
So don't y'all want that one too?
Amen.
Absolutely. Okay. So, Adam, what's your favorite one?
My favorite one would be mental clarity.
You want to
Yeah,
talk
tell them
about that
why.
one?
Um, in my
early 30s, I was diagnosed with adult ADD. And of course, their fix for that is to give you drugs, right? So they gave me, can't remember the name of it.
Ritalin.
Yeah, well, kind of like Ritalin. It was basically an upper, right? So the only problem with it is I could think, I could form thoughts. I had
Get
no
out of the
energy.
maze so
I
they
had
can see you.
I, so at that point in time, they gave me another drug that did the opposite, so I could actually get out of bed and get stuff done. But then I don't know. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to have to take drugs for the rest of my life in order to think and do anything. So I stopped and I just kind of trained myself to get past it. It was hard. It's tiring until Sally introduced the patches to me, and that was the second one I used. And it just I describe what I had as brain fog. Like you're thinking through nothing but clouds in your head. You can't see anything. You can't form a thought. And it was either that or it was at times it was like watching a movie, but they had sped the movie up so fast you couldn't see what the movie really was. So the patches just really stopped that and allowed me to concentrate. And I wore them for probably 2.5 years every day. Um, and that was a while ago. And just like we said before, the patches, we would never tell you that these patches are a sentence that you're going to have to be burdened with for the next 20 years. That's not the idea behind the patches. The idea behind the patches is our bodies were created in God's perfection, that every cell of our body has a job, has the ability to do that job with perfection because it's a reflection of God Himself, and it knows what that job is. And what the patches do, and all of them, they bring a portion of your body back to homeostasis, back to a place where they know how to act. So over time, using the patches, it'll bring everything back together to where it works itself.
And then you just basically need a maintenance. Like when I first used the Vitality for Women for the hormones, I used it all the time for quite a few months. And now just every so often, you can wear one patch a week, you can wear 1 week a month, you can do every 6 weeks. It just kind of depends on how you
Yeah,
feel.
and there's times with mental clarity where if I'm going through a lot of stress or I have a lot to do and I'm just under the gun, I'll put one on just to make sure.
Yeah.
And who
So
else do you recommend use the mental clarity patches?
it's great for kids.
Yeah, that's what we're hearing too.
Any kid that has ADHD, anybody that just has a problem forming their thoughts and having the brain slow down so they can actually think.
Mhm.
There's a lot of people out there that suffer from brain fog, and it's not fun. You can get through it by yourself, but I don't know, it's like walking around with a 500-pound gorilla on your back. It's tiring. You can't do it long term.
We see a number of people whose parents have dementia or Alzheimer's that are using the mental clarity patch and getting much more clarity
Yeah.
from that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Mental clarity.
Somebody's asking about what about brain damage or brain injury? Would you use
Um,
the mental
I
clarity?
would use it and once again, it's just going to depend on exactly what it is. I would also use the pain and
Pain and
inflammation
inflammation, yeah.
and the detox and cleanse patch with that too, just to see what you can do. But obviously, if you have some kind of brain damage, then there's things not firing properly and there can be confusion and lack of thinking and stuff. So I would think could have benefit
And,
from it.
and if you have a sample if you have some of all the patches and you're wondering what patch would work best for something, you can always muscle test for that patch.
Yeah. And I see one in here too about no more hot flashes. Um, I won't tell you guys my age, but I will tell you that in February I'm going to be a great grandma. So I'm not such a youngster. And I have never had a hot flash. I do not have menopause symptoms because I have worn the patches for so long. And a couple times I thought, oh, I wonder if this is what a hot flash was. And every time I had a temperature and I had something that was like, okay, that wasn't one. So I really have never had one. That's what I just love the patch because I really notice a difference. And I see all these other people that are having all these issues, and I'm like, just it's so easy.
I've had a lot of people say that they had hot flashes or night sweats and that the patches have just been
Yep.
miraculous for them.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
What's
getting back to
next?
the mental clarity, I'll tell you
Oh,
the frequencies that are in there. And
oh,
then if there's another
yeah, let's
question,
do
we
that.
can go through that. Okay. There's frequencies in there that are going to help with confusion. Because a lot of times you need to, especially like Alzheimer's, dementia, people get confused, loss of focus. Also can help with sensitivity disorder. A lot of people have sensitivities and then they get very anxious and they get confused and just a lot of mental things going on because of the sensitivity. Will also help with mental fatigue because like Adam said, when you try to do it on your own, you can get very fatigued. An inability to concentrate. There's frequencies for that, frequencies to calm excess energy, frequencies for daydreaming and being indecisive, and also people who are vague, they can't make a decision. There's frequencies in there to help them. So especially if you have a hard day at work, or if you have kids that are going to go to school and take important tests, the mental clarity is definitely one. Help them while they're studying. It's really one that can help a lot of people just to kind of calm everything down and help them to think more clear. There's a little bit of frequency in there also to help with stress and anxiety, not nearly as much as in the stress and anxiety patch, but there's a little bit because a lot of times when you have the confusion and indecisiveness and the mental fatigue and stuff, you just get really stressed. And so we do put extra frequencies in there that are going to help a little bit with stress too. So it just really is a nice patch for people that need it or want it.
So let's talk about one of my favorites, and that's what you've been starting to talk about, stress and anxiety. That is just so nice. And I am not a stressed person. I meditate, I breathe, I do yoga, I do, and so to think, oh, I'm not stressed. But there's environmental stresses. There's all sorts of stresses that we don't ever even think about because
Yeah.
we're so used to them. So putting on a stress and anxiety patch is like, oh my gosh, that's amazing how calm and peaceful I feel with that. So all you meditators out there, you want to go to another level, use that one. And the other thing I found with the stress and anxiety patches, we just went through two horrible hurricanes here. And my dog, who's 11, golden doodle, 80 pounds, just all she wanted to do was sit on my lap and shake. And I put a stress and anxiety patch on the left side of her collar, wrap a little piece of tape around it to keep it there. And honest to God, within 10 minutes, after shaking like a leaf for like an hour, and then I was like, duh, what can I do? Um, After about 10 minutes with that patch on her collar, she took a deep breath, laid down, and went to sleep through the rest of the hurricane. So,
Wow.
I mean, yeah, it works. So what's in that? And you
Yeah.
should use
That's a
that.
great one. And what a lot of people don't realize is our body looks at stress one way. And what we're kind of trained is, mental health things. You have stress, you have a lot going on in your life. And so therefore you get stressed. You don't realize that an illness, a sickness, just worrying about the day, there's so many little ways that we don't think about that we have stress and anxiety because we're just kind of programmed to it because we have so much coming against us. So it's just a really nice patch for everyone, including dogs. We actually have a lot of animals that use our patches, but the stress and anxiety patch just has a calming effect. It has frequencies that really help to calm you down. It also has frequencies of serotonin and dopamine, which are your stress hormones that are your fight or flight that are going to help you to just be able to calm down and not stay in that fight all the time. And then there's frequencies in there to help with relaxation, and also frequencies in there to help with nervous energy. So there's just kind of a nice group of frequencies that are really, along with the Hercules, that are just really going to help your body to be able to just relax and to not feel the stress, even if you're having a stressful day, if you have an appointment that's going to stress you out, or, you have something to do. It's just nice to put it on. It doesn't give you an effect like some meds do. So it's just really nice to be able to think more clearly without having the stress, and to just go about your day and not notice that, gee, I could have been at a 10 with stress, but I was only at a 5 because I had this on. It's just really nice.
Did you hear the boa constrictor story?
No, I don't think so.
So Cher had a woman that had two boa constrictors, and she wanted to be helped because she wanted them to mate and they wouldn't mate. And Cher told him to put a stress and anxiety patch on the outside of the tank of it. And within a day they mated because the female wasn't so stressed out about
Oh,
it.
wow.
Wow.
No, I hadn't heard that. That is
I
awesome.
know, I know. You need to listen to some of these calls. That was the animal presentation. We're gonna have
Oh,
another
wow.
soon too. Boy, we're almost at the top of the hour and we're gonna run over a little bit. And that's okay with me. I'm just making a statement. Donald, we're gonna run over a little bit because we still have a few of these to do, but we're gonna maybe speed it up a little bit. And if you've got questions, put them in there now because we'll see if we can't get to them, but we are actually almost at the top of the hour and we still have
Do you want me
several.
to just go through the rest of them, and then
Sure.
we can have questions if you see any
Okay.
that you want to answer? So one of the other ones is the joint pain patch. That one helps to reduce trauma. It also, like the pain and inflammation, has the TENS frequencies in it. And then it also has rose quartz frequency. I just love putting the gems and the stones and stuff in the patches, the frequencies of them, because they're so wonderful. That's why we all love, to have these big rocks and stuff and diamonds and everything. Is just they're such nice frequencies. They also have malic acid frequencies and garnet frequencies. And then the joint pain one also has nanobacterium frequencies, because a lot of times with joints you can have bacteria in them, and what the joint patch does is it will go into your joints and actually help to kind of clean out the bacteria, helps with movement, helps to a certain extent to detoxify your joints. So it will just really help with the pain and the movement, and that's just something we've had a lot of success with, the joint patch. And it's just really nice to be able to have people that have had a lot of pain and wear that. And that's a great one to wear along with the pain and inflammation patch.
I want to
And
interject
then,
one. Oh, sorry.
sure, go
Oh,
ahead.
you were done with that one.
I was done
Okay.
with it.
Okay. Uh, Kim, there's a package that you can buy. If you buy 5 patches, they're $89 a patch. You get 90, I think it's like $97 off of that. So you're getting, like 1.5 patches for free if you buy 5 at a time. And you can get 8 in a $5.98 package. And I think that's it. But otherwise,
Okay.
they're $89 per patch. I just wanted to put that in there. Somebody was asking
Yeah,
about packages.
I'm right. I'm right. While she's talking, I'm writing the questions down. So
Okay.
Okay.
That's good, because I don't pay attention to it for the most part. All right. And the next patch we'll go over is the Sleepies, which Kara kind of mentioned that you put it in your pillow. Does last for 6 nights unless you're in bed 24/7, because you're not in bed all the time. You're not utilizing the energy. So when you actually buy a 30-day supply, it's actually, you could use it for 2 people and be a 30-day supply. And the Sleepies patch, what it does is it helps to naturally stimulate your body to fall asleep in the proper manner, to get into the deep REM sleep that's so healing. And if you have sleep issues where you just have trouble falling asleep, have trouble waking up because you don't sleep deep, that's something that's really nice, because it'll help your body naturally to get into the nice deep sleep. You don't wake up in the morning feeling groggy, like, oh, if I took something and I can't wake up the next day. So that one is just really nice. It has the frequencies of melatonin in it, has frequencies to help you unwind and to relax. And then it also has frequencies to help fight fatigue, because sometimes we can be too tired and then we can't get to sleep. So we put frequencies in there to help that, to help insomnia. And it also will help with a proper sleep life balance. It kind of helps you to balance out so that you can look at things more clear. And then a couple of frequencies that I really like. It will help with jet lag. So when you travel, it's a really good idea to always take the sleep patches, because then when you get someplace that you're unfamiliar with and you're jet lag, throw a sleep patch in your pillow. And, if you forget it, it's not that big a deal. And, it'll just help you while you're there. And it also will help people that live in, especially now with the time change that we just had. I don't know how many people had it, but will help with the lack of daylight. As the days get shorter, the more we get into winter, it's just will help you to be able to handle that better, because you're going to get the proper sleep.
Well, and just a quick note on the sleep patch. Even Sally and I have been using patches for a long time. I mean, the last month we've been thinking, man, why aren't we sleeping? We both of us were complaining that we weren't getting any sleep. And we got back from Dallas and from the convention and thought, I know why. We don't have the sleep patches in our pillows. So we both put sleep patches in the pillows, and we've been sleeping extremely well in the last 10 days.
Wow. Why didn't we take those to Dallas? We forgot.
Should have.
We usually take a whole slew of patches every place we go, but once in a while we forget to. We're human. So the next patch that I'll talk about is the Vitality for Men. And this is a newer one, but it's not one of the newest ones. And this one is just a really nice one. It kind of complements the female hormone, only it's for men. So it's going to help with the male hormones, to produce the proper amounts. It's going to help with prostate, and it's going to help with frequencies of being restorative to sexual balance. Helps tonify the reproductive organs, so it's really going to help to stimulate them to work properly. Has the frequencies of progesterone, which are valuable hormones for men. It also will help stimulate the production of testosterone, and it will help with erectile dysfunction, low energy, and just, a lot of things that men deal with that they don't realize their hormones are off. Because I think women are more attuned that, oh, I have hormone problems, and men think they don't. And this is just something that, once again, will naturally stimulate their hormones to work properly and to help them. And especially as men age, prostate issues become an issue. And if you wear a patch and you never have a prostate issue, you might not know that, oh, gee, it saved the prostate issue, but at least you never had it, which is really good then.
And I'll say 2 words. It works.
Libido.
Yep,
Yeah.
it works.
We did an all men panel, and that was the big one.
Okay. All right. The next one is allergy relief. This is a great one for all year round, especially in the spring, but it can help anytime when we're indoors and, you got a bunch of allergies that aren't necessarily seasonal allergies and hay fever. It goes to a lot of different allergies. It'll help with sinus drainage, and the allergy patch will help with excess mucus. It also, to a certain extent, will help with food allergies and sensitivities. It will, excuse me. Sorry about that.
Bless you.
It'll help with allergens in cosmetics, and it will help to stimulate the body's immune defense system, because the allergies can actually weaken that. And
Itchy eyes and itchy eyes.
Yeah, itchy eyes. There's frequencies in there of hydrangea root, gravel root, rose hips, nux vomica. Then there's echinacea. So it's just a really nice all-around patch that you can wear, if you're having sinus issues, sneezing, any kind of allergy. The allergy patch is just really great to wear.
Jen says you sneezed discussing the allergy patch.
Oh, I actually cleared my throat. I had a tickle in it. But it would have been more funny if I sneezed.
I know.
Sorry. All right. And then another one, we got 2 left here, and then we'll be done. The energy patch. And this one is great, especially if you have low energy, or if you're, got a long day or going to a conference or something, and you just need that extra boost. Instead of, grabbing the 5-hour energy or the caffeine, grab an energy patch. This is one of them that we recommend if you're one of the people like I am that can't sleep in it. It's a good idea to take it off at night. Some people have no trouble, like Kare doesn't. I do. So I make sure I take it off. This one has frequencies of acetyl L-carnitine. It also helps the Krebs cycle support, which is the cycle in all of your cells to work properly. When that is not dysfunctional and it's functioning properly, that helps with your energy. There also will help with your cell enzymes. And then we have frequencies in there of ginseng and ginkgo biloba, which is going to help your brain and your energy. So the energy patch is just a really popular one too that people love.
And
Just to
people
wear when
and
you
driving long distance.
driving. Yeah.
That's a big, we had
Yeah.
a lot of truck drivers that use that religiously to stay awake and alert.
Yeah. Or, if you end up, sitting in a waiting room all night, or you're gonna make a long trip and you're not gonna get there as early as you thought. It's just really nice to wear. I like to wear them when I go to conferences and stuff because they're always long days. And so I like the electronic chatter and the energy because it helps to keep me grounded and going while I'm inside, and you're always busy and tiring. So those are my favorites. And then last but not least is the metabolism boost appetite suppressant, which everybody just loves. And this one helps to assist the body into breaking down fat and mobilization. It also has frequencies in there of garcinia, green tea extract, red raspberry root, which is a hormone stabilizer, and it helps to balance your pH. There's frequencies in there of different enzymes, and then it helps with cravings and emotional eating. And then it also has the I can't, what is that? I can't say it lately. The accelerate.
Yeah,
I always look at that
I
funny. It
accelerate.
has the frequency, yeah, of the accelerate in it. So this is just a really nice one if you want to, it goes complementary with any diet, but if you just want to eat healthy, it will help you. And it just is so nice with helping your appetite to not overeat. A lot of us are
You
emotional
need to
eaters, and
have this now because we're coming up on Thanksgiving and then
yeah,
Christmas. You need this
yeah.
in your
It's
house.
a great one. It's a great one to wear. I mean, it's really interesting to put it on and then see what you normally eat and what you just don't, sweets aren't as with that not having cravings. It's like, oh, I can leave that. And
Okay.
it's just a really nice one.
We have 8 questions, so we can probably get through these before we say goodnight. You go, Care?
Yep, that's good. Go ahead.
Okay. The last question was, can you use a metabolism and the thyroid at the same time?
Yeah. You can use it. There really isn't any of them that you can't use together. And the weight loss or the metabolism booster, the thyroid and the female hormone would make great complementary ones because the way you eat, your metabolism, your thyroid, and your female hormones all have to do with weight loss, or male hormones if you're a male, but they
Okay.
would go along together.
The next question was, do you have this patch discussion once a week?
Nope, we have it about every 6 weeks.
Okay.
For
And just if you have questions or you're wondering about the patches at the conference, we were there, we had a talk, we did a, what do you call it?
PowerPoint.
We did a PowerPoint that we gave to the company, and it should be in the back office. So you should have access to that. If you don't now, you should in the next couple of days. And it has slides and a lot of the information that Sally went over. It has all that on there.
Yeah.
and
So
also
you
on
can learn from it.
LYN Live in the archives, there's one of these, the last one that we did, where they went over 11 of them. And then we'll update it with this one. So yeah,
The next question was, in the allergy patch, is there any antihistamines?
There's frequencies for histamine production so that you have a balance in it.
Great.
Yeah,
Um,
when I talk about the patches, I sometimes I say different things, but I can only say just so much at any one time. So and then there are some frequencies in there that are proprietary to the company. So they're just a really nice broad spectrum, but there are frequencies in there to help histamine production.
The next question was, what patch would you use? Would you give out in an event? And this was an easy one. It's the electronic chatter. And Sally and I have done that with great success. Well, what we did was we just cut them up and put them in a bowl and handed them out. And we didn't tell anybody what they were. We asked them to come back and talk to us. And guess what the electronic chatter was?
We ask them This is a really nice thing to teach people is ask them on a scale of 1 to 10, what are they feeling? You know, how foggy is their brain? Do they have a headache? How energetic? And just different questions and just kind of an overall feeling and ask them to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. And we did this when we would give out the electronic chatter patch. And I do it a lot of times with the patches, but especially that when we were at an event, we'd give it out. We'd say, okay, now do that, come back to us, you know, at the next break or whenever you want to, and just have a conversation with us about it. People would come back and we would say, you know, on your scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling now? And all of their numbers were going down and they were like, wow, I just have more energy and I can think more clear. And normally I get tired and I'm not tired. And there's just, and some people will say, I put it on and I just felt something, but I couldn't tell you what I felt. You'll get all different kinds of reactions, but we have not had a single person put that on that hasn't felt something. And so that when you're doing conferences and sharing them, you want to share patches that they put on and they can feel like the Detox and Cleanse. They're probably not going to feel it in the next half hour like they would the electronic chatter. So you want to share the patches that they're going to feel so you can make believers out of them.
Okay. Do you have any, do we have any patches that would help blood sugar challenges?
Not specifically, just the pain and inflammation one and possibly the allergy one, just to kind of give some support, but we don't have one specifically to help with blood sugar. The digestive harmony could help too, because you know, you're digesting your food properly, that makes your sugar go up or down. So those are just some suggestions, but we don't have anything specific.
Kare, doesn't Hercules help with blood sugar?
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, so
Absolutely.
the other answer, we may not have one patch that is particular for blood sugar, but because every patch has the iHercules frequencies in them, every patch should help somewhat.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one is, do you have anything for tinnitus, the ringing of the ears?
Yeah, the pain and inflammation patch.
Okay.
And also I would wear the Detox and Cleanse along with that one for tinnitus, because it's going to help with nerves, going to help with inflammation, and then if there's some toxins in there that are, you know, blocking some things so that things aren't working properly. So
then somebody says, why is there no name on the eye patch? I have no idea what they're talking about. Do you care?
They're color coded. Yeah, there's not enough room if they're color coded. So
Every one of the labels of the different patches have a specific color. And so when you go in the back office and you see all the patches, and I think it's in a wheel formation, and it's just a bunch of colors, the colors equal a specific patch.
yeah, I've got a green one on. I know that's weight management.
yeah.
Weight management, yeah. And then somebody said, do you have to stop everything for surgery?
You don't have to. Sometimes doctors think you're crazy, but my dad used to go in the hospital a lot and I put patches on him, and when he couldn't have them on his actual body, I put him on his bed. So when he needed, you know, pain and inflammation, or he used the mental clarity, and I used to put a lot of patches on him, and I would just either put him in I didn't usually put him in his pillowcase because I was worried that they were going to change the pillow, you know, because they do that a lot. So I would just stick them underneath the bed and figure it, you know, if I took them off when we left, and if I forgot, they'd eventually clean and wonder what they were.
So
Just need to be in the energy field.
Yep,
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
Absent seizures.
I don't know what absent seizures are.
Jen, if you could give us a quick blurb on what absent seizures are. And that's the last question, Kare. That's Kare.
Yeah. Well, if she writes something in there, let me know. But let me just say thank you for all of you that came. Isn't this fascinating? Don't you want all of them? I mean, I want every single one. I'm like low right now. I don't have them all. And it's like, because I used all my stress and anxiety ones up during the hurricanes, you know, everybody got them. This is, I think, such an amazing technology that everybody needs. And you need to have them just you don't know when you're going to have some traumatic experience or when you're going to fall down or when you're going to have so much to do and not enough energy to do it. You just need them all.
Well,
And
and when you're looking from a business standpoint and you're looking to build a business so you can build income, like everybody could use a little bit extra money, right? The patches used correctly are a great marketing tool, awesome marketing tool, because you can just like the electronic chatter, you can just cut one of them off and you can hand them to somebody. They're going to feel it. They're going to notice it. They're going to be curious about, hey, what is that? So you can start up a conversation with them easily instead of, hey, do you want to make some money? I mean, that's kind of been done, and it's a hard conversation to get into. But if you just give out the patches or just wear the patches, they're a conversation starter.
Yeah.
absolutely.
And I see that Jen, I think it's Jen. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, Jen. Sorry, I can't keep track of these things. As far as the seizures, we don't really have anything specifically for that, but I would recommend doing the pain and inflammation, the mental clarity, and the detox and cleanse, and just seeing if that might help. Because if you have something to do with the nerves or inflammation or the firing of the brain with the mental clarity and stuff, or if there's toxins, that's going to help. So I would try those and just give it some time and see if it might help.
And Jenny, as far as the patches not growing a thyroid back, um, you have to realize that we have to be really careful with the claims that we make. So we're not saying it's impossible. Um, we're
We've
just,
not seen it yet.
yeah, thank you.
But we've seen fingers grow back.
I
So
mean, if you want to try it and give us a testimonial and give it some time,
absolutely.
we'd be happy to listen.
And
Amen.
most thyroids that have been removed, there's still little pieces of it. And the body is a miracle.
Yeah.
You just have to give it what it needs. And boy, we can give them a lot of what it needs with these patches. So
Amen.
thank you, Sally and Adam. We've just gotten so many wonderful comments about how great this was and how this is just brilliant information. And we're
Well,
just so
thank you.
happy
We
to have
we
you
just
here.
absolutely enjoy coming on here. This is our passion and we love to share it with people because we love to hear how much it helps people and changes their lives. That's what it's all about.
So
Yep.
thank you everybody for coming to LYN Live. We've got presentations tomorrow night at 8 o'clock and one masterclass at 9. And then on Thursday, we have one at 7 o'clock and a masterclass at 9. I mean, every night of the week except Friday. So come back, bring your friends and family. Everybody
Thank
needs
you.
to know
Have a
about
good night.
this.
You guys be blessed. Thank you for
Blessings.
inviting us.
Thank you for coming. Bye-bye.
Bye.